Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing this week? This is DKD, the boss man, and yes, we're back again with that Premier League talk, Premier League pre-match analysis, and also we'll be we'll be dropping some score predictions. And you people, you know yourselves, all of you that have been cashing out on my score predictions, you're owing me tight, tight. Come on, pay your tight. Because I know that, some of them have been entering. Last game week 11, we got 8 out of 10 correct. And there were three perfect scores, in my prediction. So, best way they follow me, no go me through it. You know that kind of thing, right? And on a lighter note, this is just fun analysis for me. But I mean, when it works out, it's great. And also, we Niger people are sad that we are not going to the World Cup. We're not going to the World Cup. So it's very painful. It's very, very painful because I saw Nigerians all over the world on social media crying, heartbroken. Me, myself, I've been very I've been very careful with my support because I know they've been breaking our hearts for years now. But it's funny that this time I actually went all in. I was like very hopeful. I was excited. I was thinking, yes, finally, we're going to the World Cup. I mean, we won the first one. Why will the Congo game be that difficult? We should be able to beat them. But yay, I ate my words like the rest of, the Nigerians, and we're out. So everybody find your second team. I have my second team. I'm not going to talk about it until later. So I have my own second team for the World Cup. So everybody that supported Nigeria has to have like a second team that they're supporting for the World Cup as well. Um, Also, international break was. Thank God it's coming to an end. Although there were some amazing matches, some amazing goals. Did you see Scott McTominay's goal? That kid is well. He's no longer a kid. I love him. I love him, and I'm glad that he's making a name for himself. Finally, he's flourishing outside of Manchester United. He's the goat now. That bicycle kick reminded me of who? Say who? Gareth Bale. Who else? See. Anyways, let's get right into it. So this is game week 12. International break has ended, and everyone is traveling back to start to prepare for the games this weekend. And let me pull up my score predictions for game week 12. Let's see if my luck is in. So mine is just straight up vibes and analysis from watching lots of. I watch loads of games, and I just make deductions. And of course, there's some lucky guesses here and there. It's not like I have a jazz man that I consult for these predictions. It's just deductions from watching games, and making calculated, what you call calculated guesses. Of course, there are always errors in calculated guesses. But first game for the weekend is Burnley Chelsea. I think Burnley is beginning to realize that this is the Premier League. This is not a championship. It happened to them the last time. It's happening to them again. They haven't won in like 2 games. What position they're down, 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 in the relegation spots. Chelsea will definitely win this one. That's my prediction. Chelsea 2, Burnley 1. Chelsea will take all 3 points. Burnley might manage to score, but the London Cowboys will take 3 points in this game. Bournemouth, West Ham. West Ham have won their last 2 games. They're trying to get themselves out of the rot, which they've done with back-to-back wins. But, Bournemouth lost their last game 4-0. And they also have dropped from the highs that they started the season with. They were in second, then they were in third, then they were in fourth. Now they're thinking in ninth position. And but they're playing at home, and I know they're going to bounce back with a win today. Sorry, this weekend against West Ham. So I'm predicting 3-1, Bournemouth, West Ham. West Ham winning 3 games in a row is even the 3 games in a row is going to be very difficult. Even their fans know that that's going to be very difficult for them to do. I mean, Bournemouth will be too strong on the day. Brighton, Brentford. My prediction: two teams that are actually doing very well in great form, but I was on the fence here. I was going to predict a draw, but I'm tilting towards Brighton to take it because Brighton is playing at home. Igor Thiago is doing very well for Brentford, leading the attack. He has the most goals behind Erling Haaland right now. Erling Haaland, I think, is on 14 goals. Thiago is on 9 goals. So he's the only one that's like close to Haaland in the goal scoring department. But Brighton will win this at home. They're normally strong at home. And next game is Fulham Sunderland. Fulham has a lot of Nigerian players whose morale will be broken by, not qualifying for the World Cup. Iwobi, Chukwueze, And Bassi, who missed his penalty, Calvin Bassi. I said it that Bassi only plays well when he sees Manchester United. Whenever they're playing against Manchester United, Bassi becomes Paolo Maldini. But aside that, he's like I don't know. He's just Bassi. But yeah, I'm predicting a draw this one. Sunderland, we know how tough they can be. Got a draw against Arsenal in the last game week. But Fulham will try to make a good account of themselves at home. And yeah, I see a score draw in this one. It'll probably be 1-1 or 2-2. I was thinking Sunderland may nick it, but yeah, I'll just stick with the draw on this one. Then Liverpool, Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, even though they've been playing well for the past 3 games, they still find themselves in the relegation spot. Liverpool at Anfield on their day is too strong for anybody. We know that. Yes, they're in a bad run of form. They got beat by City last game week. In fact, not beat. They got trashed. They got annihilated by City last game week. Doku single-handedly tore them a new one. Haaland also was amongst the goals. But Liverpool playing at Anfield against Nottingham Forest, I predict Liverpool winning this one by some goals. Mo Salah might wake up finally. So I'm seeing a 3-1, 4-1 against Nottingham Forest in this game. Next one is Wolves Crystal Palace. Wolves are 20th in the league. Can't seem to buy a win from anywhere at the moment. And it's not happening against Crystal Palace, I believe, because Crystal Palace themselves have been sensational, quite sensational. So I see a clean sheet for Crystal Palace because I don't know where the goals are coming from for Wolves. Only Strand Larsen seems to be able to find the net, but he's not even scoring right now. So Crystal Palace would likely win this 1 or 2-0, but I'm going with 2-0. Newcastle, Manchester City. This one I was also tempted to give as a draw because Newcastle are normally strong at home. But Man City have gotten into that mood where they are scoring goals and winning games for fun. And when Pep Guardiola hits his stride, we know how it is normally when he hits his stride. There's no turning back. So I'm predicting a 2-1 win for Manchester City against Newcastle at St. James Park. Leeds, Aston Villa. This is my second draw prediction for the weekend. I believe Leeds will be able to get a draw against Villa. Villa in a good run of form themselves, but Leeds should be able to hold them and pick up 1 point at the very least at home. Arsenal Spurs. This is the banger of the weekend. This is the game of the weekend. The Premier League always throws up great matchups, but there's always 1 or 2 standout fixtures. And Arsenal, the London derby between Arsenal and Spurs, is the standout fixture of the weekend. Now, Arsenal lost one of their key central defenders to injury during the international break. But I still think they'll be too strong for Spurs. Spurs playing very well away from home. Funny enough, they have a better result, a better record away from home than at home. So I was tempted to give them maybe a goal here, but I still think Arsenal will be too strong for them on the day. Arsenal have matured as a team. So yeah, my prediction for this will be 2-0 Spurs. There is a possibility that Spurs will score, but Arsenal will win this one. That's my prediction. And finally, last but not the least, the Monday night fixture is my own darling team, Manchester United. Manchester United versus Everton. Now, United have one major injury concern, and that's the absence of Benjamin Sesko. He injured his knee in the game against Spurs in the last round. He'll probably be out for about 4 to 6 weeks. Now, I don't think that would be a problem because Amorim doesn't even really trust him well enough to lead the line most times. He starts with a false nine or with Mbeumo in front, and that's what he's going to do over the next month. I feel like he's going to do the Mbeumo false nine or Cunha false nine play. And Man United at Old Trafford have won, I think, 4 in a row, so they'll be looking to win this one. We will be looking to win this one against Everton. 2-1 is my prediction for this game. Everton do have their star players. Grealish has been providing assists for fun. But on the day, I believe Manchester United will take 3 points on a 5-game unbeaten streak right now, which is very good for morale, especially since Amorim did not start his tenure or his reign well. But right now, on a 5-match unbeaten record and could go 6 games with this one. And I predict a win for United. 3 points in the bag, 2-1 Everton. Most likely there won't be a clean sheet, but United will win this one. So that's a quick recap of the games. Burnley will lose to Chelsea 1-2. That's my prediction. I'm not a soothsayer. Bournemouth 3-1 win over West Ham. Brighton 2-1 win over Brentford. Thiago might get his customary goal. Fulham 1-1 Sunderland. The Niger boys and Fulham would have a lot of making up to do after they missed out on the World Cup. Liverpool 3-1 Nottingham Forest. Yeah, Liverpool will be too strong, even though they're in a bad run of form. I think they have just 2 wins in about 8 games. But yeah, Liverpool at home at Anfield would beat Nottingham Forest 3 or 4-1. Wolves will lose to Crystal Palace. They're 20th in the league. They can't get a point. They can't even get a win to save their lives. Newcastle 1, Manchester City 2. Haaland and Doku are on fire right now. So yeah, Pep Guardiola has started his winning run that you can't play with. Leeds 2-2, Aston Villa. Arsenal Spurs, the game of the weekend, the London Derby 2-0, and Manchester United 2-1 to Everton. Those are my score predictions for game week 12. Remember to pay your title if you win anything, yeah? Anyway, have a great weekend, and please leave your own score predictions in the comment section. I want to know what you think. Do you agree with my predictions? Where do you think, where do you think I got it wrong? Who do you think is going to be the weekend's big winners or the weekend's biggest losers? Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow and on all social media platforms and share the video. Thanks a lot. Have a good one. Bossman talking to you. Cheers.